Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Jayflight SLX 212 QB travel trailer. You guys have picked a beautiful unit. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, and get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by arriving at the campsite. Our hitch guy is going to show you how to hook and unhook your hitch. First thing you want to do, pay attention to where your plugs are. Right where he's pulling that power plug out is where your power is, and your water is just ahead of that. So park accordingly so you can easily access the water and electricity hookup. Next thing you want to do is level your unit. You do have a docking light should you arrive at night. Power tongue jack. Lower, raise. Now should you not have power, you do have a manual override here and a jack that'll sit down in there. You can manually raise or lower this. Which brings me to checking your battery posts. Check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure you get good connections. Arriving at home and at the campsite. Got our unit level. Next thing you want to do is bring down our stabilizing jacks. In your storage here is this hand crank with 3/4 inch socket on the end. So we hook the socket up. Crank it to the right to bring it down. Now I do recommend stabilizing jacks, stabilizing pads to go down underneath your jack pads here. Put the pads on the ground so that you're not going to sink into any tar. It's going to help protect your stabilizing ends here. Sinking too far or getting tar on them. So after you brought down all four of these on all four corners, remember this is 3/4 inch, so you can just hook up a 3/4 inch socket to a drill gun or a impact driver and run all four of these down. Now we've got our unit level, we've got our unit stable. Next thing we're going to do is hook up our water and electricity. Coming over to the off camp side. We have a city water connect, our power, and our hot water heater. Your power cord will store inside. At the end of your power cord, you do have a 110 adapter should you want to plug into 110. You can run air off that, but a lot of times that'll blow a breaker. That'll store conveniently back in here. Next thing you want to hook up is your water. City water connect. First thing you want to hook up is your water pressure regulator. This is going to reduce your pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting your lines inside your unit. You don't know what the park's pressure is set at. Hook up this water pressure regulator to your hose. Before turning your hose on, you're going to come to the rear. Sorry about the generator noise. Come to your hot water heater. Look like this before being lowered. Make sure your drain plug is plugged. You may have left it open from the last time you were camping and drained your hot water heater. Once your drain plug is plugged, turn on your city water. Once you feel the water is full, you're going to burp your hot water heater. So you're going to pull this and release air until you see water come out. You know your hot water heater is full enough to be lit. Now should you be going camping and they don't have city water connect, you're going to use potable water. Simply fill this tank, potable water tank, just to the right of your electricity. Again, for your hot water heater. And you can use your potable water. Now remember, using potable water, you want to turn on your tank pump. The only time you turn on your tank pump, you want to turn on your tank pump when hooked up to city water. Got our water hooked up, our electricity hooked up. I'm going to show you a few other things around the back of your unit. Just above your hot water heater, you have your cable TV and satellite hookup. This is a heat release for your furnace. Low point drain, we'll talk about draining those when you leave the campsite. Potable water, power. You have an outdoor kitchen, outdoor shower. It's nice to wash off after being at the beach for the day. The City Water Connect, just above that, black tank flush. We'll talk about that when emptying our tanks. Down here's your black holding tank, gray holding tank, and a low point drain. Come to the front of your unit. You have your pass-through storage, which is accessible from under your bed. Talk about your propane tank. And lift off the cover of your propane tanks, you'll notice that you have a propane regulator here. Simply point this to the tank that you're going to be using. Lefty for loosey to open and turn on. Come around to your campsite. You pass through storage, there's all of your hookup for your hitch. Here's the other hand crank I told you for bringing down the power tongue jack. You do have these step above steps that store inside. Just remember, whenever putting these inside, make sure this door is all the way open so that this will clear. Simply store it. Pull this blue and it'll lock. Then your door will close and close. Back up. Make sure your door is all the way open. Move this lock and lower. These also have adjustable legs on them. Should you be on uneven ground, you need to lower these more. On your campsite, you also have your hood vent for your microwave. This is set up for a TV. You can put a TV mount here, satellite or cable hookup in 110. On the back of your unit, great place to store your sewage hose, we'll talk about later. Cover for your spare tire and a ladder to check your seams. Get up on your roof. Remember, that roof is rated for 4,500 pounds. You can get up there easily and access everything. This unit is also prepped for a Furion backup camera. You can purchase that from our store. Electronically communicate between your vehicle and the backup camera, and you can see where you're going. Let's go inside the unit. Just inside the door, as with every unit, right there to your left immediately is your fire extinguisher. Just to the right of that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide detector. Now, the reason I mention this is 12 volts because it's constantly running off your batteries. Should you be gone for the day, you're not going to be using your batteries, go ahead and use a battery disconnect. Disconnect one of your posts from your batteries. Keep this from running your batteries down. Just inside the door, to your left, here's your tank checks. That's for your battery, fresh tank, black tank, gray tank. Water pump, this is where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. And these are the two places to light your hot water heater, gas or electric. Here's your awning controls, more lighting, and a 110. Going through your unit to the right here, your thermostat. Simply turn it on, change the mode to auto, to air, to heat, to off. Let's talk about our stove. This glass makes an excellent backsplash. Simply turn to light, spark, and you've got gas. Put that off. With that lowered, gives you more prep space. Self-explanatory microwave. All through the unit you do have this one-touch lighting, which is really convenient because you can shut off all your lights except for maybe one over the restroom at night. You do have your IRV technologies, Bluetooth compatible, disc, AM, FM. This is all prepped for a TV. You have your cable hookup, 110, and a backer for your TV. And the ceiling above your dinette is your fire extinguisher. More one-touch lighting. As you know, this table will sit down onto these lips. Remove the bars, store them in here, set this lip down, and use your backs as a centerpiece, so you can make that into a bed. Or you can just jackknife this down into a bed. Underneath your sofa is access to your hot water heater and water lines and furnace lines. Emergency exit windows. Let's talk about your fridge. Turn your fridge on. You can change the temperature settings. You can change it to gas, electricity, nighttime, or off. You have a furnace duct underneath. And to the left of that, under your fridge, is an access panel for your fuse box and breaker box. Looks like you got a 30, a 40, and a handful of 15s. I highly recommend keeping some of those on hand with you when you go camping. I do want to mention that in your bathroom, you do have a 110 with GFI protection. Take note that you do have lines back here, just like your own home. You want to check your lines and make sure you're not leaking anywhere. This panel here is access to the back of your plumbing here. Coming to your bed, you do have your underbed storage on struts, which is nice. Gives you all that storage accessible from indoors or outdoors. In the bedroom, you have a mount for a TV, cable, and 110. This mount, should you put a TV on it, simply lift up. You can take this and set it on the same exact mount that's outside. So you don't need two TVs. You can put a TV in here and use the same one for outdoors. You have a 110 and lighting switch next to the bed. Turn your lights in here. Turns on a cool blue highlight. Accent lighting, and a 110 next to the bed. About covers everything on the inside. Let's go outside and act like we're leaving the campsite. So we brought up our stabilizing jacks, closed up the unit, secured everything inside. We've shut off our gas. Or you can leave it on if you want to keep your fridge running. It'll run off that gas if you have it set on auto or gas. And we're going to pull up to the dump site. Now take note that your dump station is on your driver's side, almost halfway back of the unit. And your convenience pack is a sewage hose. Hook up this sewage hose, plug the other end in, and pull your black tank. After you pulled your black tank, next thing you want to do is keep that valve open. Come up to your tank flush valve. Again, hook up your water pressure regulator. Hook up a hose to this and run that for about 5 minutes. What that's going to do is it's going to spray out your black tank and get all that nastiness out of there. After about 5 minutes of that, unhook your water, come back down here, and then push in your black tank. To the left, you will then pull your gray tank. Your gray tank is going to be cleaner. It's going to be your sinks and your shower water. That's going to clean your hose out good. After you've done that, you can go ahead and open up these low point drains. That's going to drain your tanks. One last thing to drain. Come back to your hot water heater. Again, burp it. Let all the air out. Come down here. Release this valve, and that's going to drain your hot water heater. Hot water heater is drained. Come here, squeeze and pull. Store your sewage hose in there. And keep the stink out of your unit. and you're all set. Again, thank you for purchasing your trailer from TradeWinds. Hope you guys have many years of camping in this beautiful Jayco unit. Happy camping.